Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, we are recording for the first time in like a long time. What's up, everybody? It's the King Twiz coming at ya, and oh my god, it feels so awesome, but then again, so freaking weird just being back on a camera again. Like, I mean, it's not like how it would be the first time around being on a camera where it was just so like my heart's just pounding. I'm just like, I don't even know how to act, man. No, but it's definitely strange. It's been a minute. I actually wanted to say a few things. I have a list written up of just like little bullet points that I wanted to hit. The whole purpose for this video. Feels good to be back on the camera, but then again, it just feels so strange since it's been kind of a long time just having like a one-on-one or anything just on the camera. It's been really weird, but yeah, it's been a while, man. In case you're wondering, fam's doing great. Whole family, my daughters, my wife, my son. Oh, he is doing freaking awesome. My little beautiful baby boy, his name is Astrayus Rowan J. Shattuck. I know. Try to say that again. Astrayus Rowan J. Shattuck. He is a beautiful little boy. I feel blessed that I actually got a little boy. I really thought I was just gonna have girls the entire time. I mean, my oldest sister, she had a boy, then she had a girl. And then my other sister, she had all boys. Just all freaking boys. She has a lot of boys. And then at first I was, I had my first daughter, then I had my second daughter, and I'm just gonna have daughters, man. But nope, got blessed with a boy. It's exactly how my mom and dad like their children. They had my two sisters and then they had me. I'm the youngest, I'm the baby. Yeah, we're all doing good, we're doing fine. That's like, I guess this video kind of revolves like around them in a sense, like the situation with my family, and then just there's other things. And I'm actually gonna get into that. I'm gonna talk about that. I wanted to talk about why basically I haven't posted videos on my channel on a consistent basis for a while. For like 7 months, I think it's been, man. 7 freaking months. I mean, it's spotty. I mean, I think the first few months, like I didn't post a video for like a month or two, and then I actually posted the videos about Astrayus, about my wife being pregnant. Once we got to that point to where it was safe to actually come out and be like, hey, my wife is pregnant. And then obviously the gender revealing or the gender is video. And then after that, I didn't post a video until, the day or two after Astrayus was born. And that was just like a quick little on my phone just messing around video. That wasn't even anything, like any time put into anything. Just recently I've been kind of posting some videos, kind of just like some, I'll talk about that, but just like, I just wanted to post something, man. I just want to post something so bad. But yeah, we're doing good, man. Especially the baby. Especially the baby. He's getting big. Believe me, he's getting big. But how have you been? That's the big question here. How have you been? I'm doing good. My family's doing good. But how are you? I hope you're doing good. You got the entirety of YouTube to make you feel good. So, yeah. Let me just be a little added bonus to that. Well, I wanted to talk about just like, I guess, just my channel as a whole. Kind of like I wanted to talk about current times, like right now, like what's going on. But then I wanted to talk about like just in the beginning, like why I even wanted to start a channel, which was like, I started being active on my channel back in June of 2017. The channel was created like in 2010, but that was just not even for this purpose of like what I'm doing now. But I want to talk about why I even started a channel last year, work my way up to current times, I guess. Last year around this time, I was working a job, and it was like, I'd work in the morning time, I'd go in at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I wouldn't get home until like freaking 6, 7 o'clock at night. So I was working like 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Like, it was just stressful, and the job itself is stressful. Like, I would just be out on the road by myself, doing the work, whatever. It was locating is what I was doing. I was just a utility locator for like construction or just whatever. So if you don't know what that is, just go look up utility locator. Look up Miss Big. So like at first, you know, it's an awesome job, and you're like, hell yeah, because you got your own company vehicle, and you're like, there's no punch in time. There was like a time you had to be on the clock by like a certain time, but there was no like you need to be in at 6 a.m. or you will get like a penalty or points against you or whatever the case may be. So at first, you know, there was a lot of pluses to the job and it was good. But then after a while, once you start getting to know it, and then you start getting bigger like tasks put on you and just things that you don't do in the beginning, and then you're able to start doing that, it just gets very stressful very quick, and it takes a special kind of person to do this job. And it was just starting to wear on me, you know, especially because like I have a family at home. So it's like the time, like I would just wake up, work, come home, and then pretty much like go to sleep, right? So it got very stressful. And so after a while, I was just kind of just totally turned off by this job. I was just like, nah. So eventually I did end up quitting. I ended up just walking away from the job. Now luckily my wife was working at the time, really good job, whatever. My aunt kind of helped her out getting the job, and so I was thankful enough that she was actually employed. I didn't just like up and walk away and just like leave us all just kind of screwed for the moment. Kind of like a good time for me to do that, like for me to take a breather, you know. Just so stressed out. I'm happy I'm not doing that anymore, because it's just like, no man, life is too short just to be stressed the frick out all the time. I decided I was going to take some time off. The amount of time I took off, I didn't plan on taking that amount of time off, but I decided that I was going to just kind of stop working and then like kind of catch my breath like after like a few weeks, start looking for new work, blah blah blah. But then I started to notice, like all kids nowadays, kids on their tablets and just watching YouTube all the time. And my oldest daughter, you know, she was really into just watching all these different type of YouTubers, you know, ranging from like freaking LPS toys to makeup to gamers, just all kinds of different YouTubers. And the first that she was watching I came across, and it was because of the whole FNAF like epidemic. Too bad I didn't have my channel like right when that was popping, because then I probably would end up doing little show or videos for that game and all the other games that came out after that. But no, I started a channel after the fact, even though there was games that have come out since I started the channel. But whatever, that's a whole different thing right there. But one of the main people because of Five Nights at Freddy was Markiplier. And I've said that in other videos where I think it was like the genesis of, or what is the video is like one of my first videos. It was like, this is only the beginning. It's kind of a lie. Yeah, it was because of Markiplier. And so I was kind of intrigued, and of course the first thing that catches you is his fucking voice. You just, you know, walking by doing your task at home, and all of a sudden he's like, hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. And so like when I would hear that, I'd stop and be like, who the hell is this guy? And start watching, and then just of course just being intrigued by it, and just the humor in it, and just when he like, especially with Five Nights at Freddy, like him screaming and just like, ah, you know, you just, it's humorous, you know what I mean? And so like every time when she was watching him, I would stop and just start watching it with her. And then eventually that evolved to me just watching him on my own. And let me tell you, before that, dude, it's weird because like, you know, these people have started their gaming channels like a long time ago, like freaking 2012. And there's other people that I watch have even started, they're not gamers, but they've started even before that, and they've just been kind of doing their thing on YouTube and evolved over time. And I never like looked into YouTube like that for some reason. Like it just never occurred to me to like that YouTube, like the platform itself, held like more things out there for you to entertain you, I guess. Like the only thing I ever use YouTube for, and my wife would even attest to this too, she was like, I never even knew this type of shit existed on YouTube. Mind my language. But like we would just listen to music. We would just like, you know, look up a song that we really wanted to hear, or like an artist, blah blah blah, and we would just listen to music, you know what I mean? Or like the little how-tos, bull bull bull. And so we never even knew that type of stuff existed. So That was the first time ever. It was like in the mid of 2017 that I even knew that pretty much gaming was a thing on YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, I started watching him on my own, started checking out his stuff, and then started diving deep into like his freaking playlists and just all kinds of stuff that he had to show on his channel. And it just really inspired me, man. It really inspired me because, you know, like a lot of people, I come from a creative background as well. Like I always did music and stuff throughout my teenage years, pretty much from the beginning of my teenage years, or like even pre-teen, all the way up until like just some years ago. Like I was really active in making music and learning how to use the equipment, to the point to where I even went to school for that job specifically and even learned how to do things like from that perspective, like a professional's perspective. Like watching Mark and just seeing kind of like how, I guess in a sense, easy it can be, like, you know, with the software and just how to record your gameplay, and then your face cam, and then the whole microphone, especially the microphone part, because then that's like where I come in. It's like, oh, the microphone, like I already know the setup with all that and like plugins and blah 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 and recording software. So it just really intrigued me, you know what I mean? Especially because it's like a lot of people, I'm a freaking gamer myself, dude. Like I love games, and so it just really inspired me. I really wanted to just start a new creative outlet, because at that time it kind of like my music passion for just like doing like, I don't know, hip hop music was, I don't want to say it, but kind of getting burnt out, like in a sense. Like I just wasn't really as passionate about it as I was before. Like I know I've said in other videos, like it'll never be totally just completely gone. It's like not as strong as it was before, which is fine. I mean, it's obviously not like a big deal. Like nobody cares besides me pretty much. So like seeing that, being inspired by Mark and obviously other YouTubers, but Mark was like a biggie right there, definitely a biggie. It just inspired me to want to pretty much use that as another creative outlet. Wanted me to start doing that, and so I did. I started kind of getting stuff around that I needed for like a setup, and just like a comfortable setup, because at first like I didn't even have a tripod for my camera. I mean, I have like a little cheap one now, but before I didn't even have a tripod. I freaking stacked boxes and just kind of just started creating this mound just to be able to like set everything around me. The only thing that was like professionally set up was, of course, again, like the microphone and all that stuff I had for the microphone. I did it. I got the stuff around, and then I learned how to use some equipment, and then I ended up getting newer equipment like, you know, Premiere and like Photoshop. So then I just kind of looked up how to use those basic controls of that, and like self-taught. Then I started just doing my own thing, man. Started recording my own videos. Started just pretty much just the beginning of my channel. And it felt good. After like a handful of months of doing that, like it just felt good, like me just being consistent, putting videos up. Felt good. I really liked it. I really liked it. Especially like seeing people engage on your channel, and just seeing like people wanting to subscribe. Not the fact that, hey, I'm getting subscribers, but the fact that people were looking at your videos, watching them, and just like, yeah, like I like this guy. I'll subscribe when he comes out with fucking more content. And that's totally awesome. But then as time went on, you know, like I said, I only planned on taking time off for like a few weeks, maybe a month or two at most. But then of course, you know, I found out my wife was pregnant, you know. It's funny because I have it written down on my notes, wife got preggo. So yeah, like, you know, my wife got pregnant. So that means in time, she's not gonna be able to like work anymore. And it kind of sounds messed up now. Like, well, of course, like I thought about this before, but just saying it on camera, it's just like, I'm just like sitting at home making YouTube videos when my wife is out there working. Like, I don't know. I wonder how people balance like work and family, and if they have a channel, like how do you balance all that? You know what I mean? It's tough. But yeah, so I knew eventually my wife is not gonna be able to work anymore. She's gonna have to like be home. She's not gonna have to be working hard, not doing any crazy tasks. She's gonna have to just be chillaxed and just, you know, let the pregnancy go through its course. And so that time came. it came. And obviously, you could probably guess around the time when this was. Around the time when I put that like gender revealing video out there. Like, it's funny because like the last time I actually like the consistency of my like schedule of uploading, like when it stopped, it was a Wolfenstein video. And I remember, dude, like I was so freaking sick, and you could see it in the videos. Like I was always just like wiping my nose, and I would always have to cut out like me like coughing and blah blah blah. But it was just like I was so freaking sick, and I was sick for like 2-3 weeks, and so like that also kind of played a part in it. Like I just was just not in the mood to upload anything or have to sit there and like work, especially with the editing. Like that's like anybody probably would say this. That's always kind of just like the bummer, is just, you know, recording your gameplay and doing all that. That's simple. That's like the fun part, whatever. But then afterwards, like the editing portion, especially if you want to try to do cool edits and not just like simple like little, you know, cuts in between like little awkward or like no talking spaces. But I just wasn't in the mood for it, and so like a few weeks went by, and then of course like my wife, she had to stop working, and she told me this, and I was like, okay. So I knew what that meant for me. Obviously that's about the time when this all occurred. And so I started job searching again. I actually went back to the job that I hated. I went back to doing the whole locating thing. I don't know why I even thought like, yeah, I'm gonna do this again. This is gonna be fun. Like, it'll be alright. I did this before. I know how it goes. And that mentality, like, it kind of stuck out for a little bit. But then it just like, all that stuff just kind of came back. Like how I felt. Just everything. So I don't even know why I started doing that again. But I started doing that type of work again. And eventually, like up until now, I just said nope. And then my son was born. Mr. Astreus himself. Third most beautiful moment in my life right there. Yeah, that was just, oh my god. When you're in the hospital, those days when your child is being born, it's just, there's nothing like it. It's so crazy. Like, oh my god. But yeah, so my son was born. And so then that added on top of everything. Already, you know, got my 2 daughters, but then now we have a little baby in the house. So it's like trying to record anything while he's sleeping or whatever the case may be. It just makes it just a little bit more tougher, you know what I mean? That's when I started a new job a little after he was born. Except that job was during second shift. And so it just makes it even more complicated, because it's just like you wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. You wake up in the morning and, you know, people are sleeping, especially a little baby, he's sleeping and stuff like that. And I'm not like a quiet like gamer. Like, I want to freaking, just like any person, you know, playing video games on YouTube, they're gonna react pretty hardcore about things, especially if they get scared or if they get like a little peed off, you know, like they're gonna be loud and react. And I hate having to play games like this. It's not gonna work out, man. So it's just like, there's just so many factors. It sucks. It just makes it seem like I just can't do this right now. And honestly, like I'm more happy that it'd be like now, like while my channel is small. I think I've said this before in other videos, but like while my channel is small and there's not really anybody watching me right now, rather than me having like, you know, a few 100K or even like just 1 million subscribers, and then you got like those active watchers or viewers, and then all of a sudden like boom, you don't post anything for freaking 6 months. Like, you're just asking to just fall off, you know what I mean? And I don't want that to happen. So I'd rather for these things to happen right now while I am still a very small channel. Hopefully I can get my ish together, so by the time when things actually start to pick up, you're like, I'm there, I'm consistent, I'm ready to do the damn thing. So then this brings me to right now, current times. And like I said, the whole second shift job, that is a right now thing that just started like a week ago. The anxiousness has just been building. I mean, as you can believe, like if you're a person that like that creativeness inside you and like you kind of just need an outlet for it, you know, and then you finally found something that got the fire burning again. Because like I said, like with music, it was kind of dying out a little bit, and then I got inspired to do like videos, like gaming videos. So like, and then having to suppress that passion, that like flame, for freaking like over 6-7 months. As you can imagine, a person like that, moi, I was getting very anxious. It was building up inside me. Like, I need to do something, man. There has to be some sort of solution that I can do, you know. And the thing that really stood out to me was like streaming. Like, that would be a very like opportune thing, a very realistic result, or I can't even think of the word. Like answer, I guess. Like that was like the most realistic answer that I could come up with, because it's like I don't really have the time to freaking record a few hours of gameplay and then spend, I mean, it all depends on the length of the video. Like if I'm playing a freaking AAA game, you know, and I'm playing for like an hour, like editing could be anywhere from like barely any editing to capture all the gameplay, or it could be like a few hours of editing depending on, you know what I mean? I don't have that time. I don't have the time to put into the editing and blah blah blah. So streaming really stood out to me, and it would kind of be perfect. I'm thinking the most ideal time for me to do this would be in the morning time. It sucks like school started, so like any people who attend school, I mean, they're not necessarily going to be watching the stream, especially in the morning time, but who knows. And actually back on that whole like anxiousness thing, like if you look at my channel right now, you could see that I've already kind of jumped the gun a little bit, because I don't necessarily have the proper equipment for streaming, I guess. Really, it's just a camera. But like, yeah, I totally jumped the gun. I started streaming. Couldn't wait any longer. They didn't even like put out there to like even anybody that really cared, but like on Twitter, like, hey, I'm about to start streaming at said time, come check me out. No, I just freaking hit the broadcast button, start going. And I'm actually gonna keep continuing to do that just because I want content to just come back on my channel. Like 6-7 months, man, whew, that's a long time. And since then I've uploaded 3 videos, I think it's been. I streamed Metal Gear, Phantom Pain, and then I streamed Prey. And that's another thing, is like I have those 2 series that I really want to complete, even though they're old now, you know. Prey came out in 2017 and Wolfenstein came out earlier this year, I think it was. I wanted to start like finishing those, and that's why I chose Prey as like part of like my first streams, is just to kind of like get that series done and taken care of, so I don't have to freaking leave anything unresolved, I guess. That's where I'm currently at, and I really just wanted to do a video for the sake of doing a video, but also because I just want to kind of get that word out there. Like if there was any people that were kind of curious, like, well damn, Twiz, my name is Jordan, by the way. Like, damn, Jordan, like you were posting videos every day like freaking 6-7 months ago, then all of a sudden you fell off the face of the earth when you said you were having a boy, you were having a baby, and like what happened to you? So I just want to kind of put that out there, then also just some insight on like the beginning, like why I wanted to do a channel, what was going on in my life, and then up until right now, like what's going on in my life that's kind of holding me back. But then again, it's just like I still want to push forward, and then yeah, streaming will be full-fledged and I will be doing the damn thing. But yeah, so right now it's just pretty much to get the ball rolling, because I haven't had content on my channel in a minute. So that is gonna wrap it up for this little sesh, a little one-on-one, you know, a little heart-to-heart, mind-to-mind for you guys, yeah. And so with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And I'll see you. Peace.